I understand English but can't speak until this changed everything. I sat quietly at the edge of the classroom pretending to write something in my notebook. My heart raced as the teacher walked past me, her eyes scanning the room. "All right, who wants to read the next paragraph?" she asked, holding up the English book. I knew the answer. I understood every word on the page, but I didn't raise my hand. Like always, I stayed silent. It had been years like this, watching, listening, understanding, but never speaking. People thought I didn't know English. Some even laughed. But what they didn't know was I knew everything they were saying. Every joke, every insult. I just couldn't reply. I was trapped in my own silence. I started learning English when I was 12. Movies, songs, YouTube videos, I loved them all. I could watch entire films without subtitles. I understood the lyrics of English songs better than most of my friends. People even came to me to ask, "What does this sentence mean?" But when someone asked me a question in English, just a simple question, my brain would scream. Say something. Anything. But my mouth? Nothing. The words felt stuck. My tongue heavy. My confidence shattered. One day I was at a small gathering at a cafe. My cousin introduced me to her friend who was visiting from the UK. "This is Aliyah," my cousin said. "She's really good at English." The girl smiled. "Oh wow, that's awesome. It's nice to meet you, Aliyah." I panicked. My brain translated her words instantly. "Nice to meet you too." But when I opened my mouth, all that came out was a nervous laugh. I nodded and looked down. The girl looked confused. My cousin smiled awkwardly and changed the subject. I wanted to disappear. That night, I couldn't sleep. Why could I understand English so well, but still not speak it? I opened YouTube and searched, "Why I understand English but can't speak." Dozens of videos appeared, but I clicked on one titled, "The Truth They Don't Tell You About Speaking English." The speaker, a man with a kind voice, said, "You don't speak because you don't practice speaking. Not thinking. Not reading. Not understanding. Speaking." His words hit me like lightning. I had never really spoken English. Not out loud. Not in real situations. Not daily. I whispered to myself in the dark, "Maybe it's time to try." The next morning, I stood in front of the mirror. I looked myself in the eye and said, "Hello. How are you today?" It felt strange. My voice sounded weird. I laughed at myself, but I did it again. "Hi, I'm Aliyah. I'm learning to speak English." Then I tried to talk about my day. Today I woke up at 7. I made tea. I felt sleepy. The sentences were simple. But I was speaking. Finally speaking. Every day after that, I made a promise. 10 minutes of speaking English out loud. Sometimes I talked to the mirror. Sometimes I used ChatGPT. I would ask, "Can you practice English conversation with me?" And we talk like old friends. At first, I made lots of mistakes. I go to market yesterday. No, I went to the market yesterday. But instead of feeling ashamed, I corrected myself. I celebrated the effort. I started shadowing to listening to short clips and repeating every word with the same tone, speed, and feeling. It was hard but exciting. Slowly, the fear began to fade. One evening, I tried something big. I joined a free online English speaking group. Just 5 people on Zoom, practicing. My hands were shaking. When it was my turn, I took a deep breath. My name is Aliyah. I'm from India. I understand English well, but I'm learning to speak fluently. And just like that, I spoke. Not perfectly, but with courage. The others smiled. You're doing great, one girl said. I almost cried. A few weeks later, I was in a shop when a foreign tourist asked me, "Excuse me, do you know where the nearest ATM is?" For a second I froze. Then I smiled and replied, "Yes, it's just around the corner. Go straight and turn right." The woman thanked me and walked away. And I stood there shocked. I had just spoken English. Clearly, confidently, in real life. I couldn't stop smiling. Now, I speak English every day. I make mistakes, but I speak. I join speaking rooms, record voice messages, talk to myself, even dream in English sometimes. And you know what I realized? The only way to learn speaking is by speaking, not by being perfect, but by being consistent. Message to you, my friend. If you understand English but can't speak, you are not alone. I was you. I know how painful it feels to stay silent when you have so much to say. But I want you to hear me now. You are ready. Speak today. Even one sentence. Even if it's messy. Even if your voice shakes. Start. And one day you'll look back and say, that was the day everything changed.